മുഖജാലകത്തിലൂടെ നമ്മുടെ ജീവിത പങ്കാളിയെ കണ്ടെത്താൻ
വേൾഡ് മാട്രിമോണി.
Gwedge, discover, reflect. You have already begun to apply the spirit of what we recommended in this third part of the development of your principle of management survival kit. By gwedging your learning style, the three essential components are: 1. Gwedge, take stock of your knowledge and capabilities about the topic. 2. Discover, learn enough about the topic so that you can set specific development goals on which you can apply and practice. And later gauge again your progress toward your set goals. And 3. Reflect. Step back and look at the ways you have achieved your goals. Take the opportunity to set new ones and chronicle this experience and thought process in daily journal. Gwedge. It is always good to start any self-development process by getting some sense of where you are. That is why we commence with the Gwedge stage for learning and developing in the area of principles of management. Such knowledge is essential. By analogy, let's say you want to take the road trip out of town. Even if you have a map and a compass, it still is pretty important to know exactly where you are starting on the map. Your instructor will likely introduce you to a number of different types of management assessment tools, and you should experiment with them to see how they work and degree to which result resonate with your institution. A word of caution here: just because some assessment result may clash with your institution or self-image, do not immediately assume that they are wrong. Instead, use them as an opportunity and motivation for further probing. This can foil your work in the discovery and reflect stage. The obvious value of commencing your learning process with some form of assessment is that you have a clear starting point. In terms of knowledge, this also means that you now have a basis for comparing your achievement to any relevant specific goals that you set. Less obvious perhaps is the experience you will gain with principle of management skill assessment in general. More and more organizations use some form of assessment in the recruiting human resources, development, and yes, even promotion processes. Your experience with this different survey will give you the confidence to take other surveys and the knowledge needed to show organization that you are aware of your areas of strength and development opportunities. Discover the discovery stage of your principle of management survival kit has 4 related phases. 1. Learn. 2. Set goals. 3. Apply. And 4. Practice. Let us look at each one in turn. Learn. You have probably learned a little about a certain subject just by virtue of gauging your depth in it. In some cases, you might even have read up on the subject and learned to accurately gauge where you were strong or weak. There is not an existing survey for every subject, and it is beneficial to learn how you might gauge this or the area of interest. The learning phase essentially is that you build your knowledge base about a particular topic. As you know, learning has multiple phases, from simple mastering facts and definition to developing knowledge of how you might apply that knowledge. You will typically want to start with some mastery over facts and definition and then build your own knowledge base to a more strategical level. That is, be able to understand when, where, and how you might use to those definition and facts in principle of management. Set SMART goals. The combination of gauging and learning about a topic should permit you to set some goals related to your focal topic. For example, you want to develop better team communication skill or better understanding change management. While your goals should reflect the intersection of your own needs and the subject, we do know that effective goals satisfy certain characteristics. This characteristic is specific, measurable, aggressive, realistic, and time-bound, yield the acronym SMART. 3. Here is how to tell if your goals are SMART goals. Specific. Specific goals are more likely to be achieved than a general goal. To set a specific goal, you must answer the 6W question. Who? Who is involved? What? What do I want to accomplish? Where? At what location? When? In what time frame? Which? What are the requirements and constraints? Why? What specific reason, purpose, or benefits are there to the accomplishment of the goals? 4. Example, a general goal would be get a job as a retail store manager, but a specific goal would say, identify my development needs the next 3 weeks to become a retail store managers. Are you ready to be a great retail store managers? Provide you with an introductory list of survey questions that might help you accelerate your progress on the particular goals. Are you ready to be a great retail store manager? The service sector employs more than 80% of the U.S. workforce, and the position of retail store managers is in increasing demand. Have you already developed the skills to be a great store manager? Score yourself on each of these 10 people's skills. How close did you get to 100? Identify 2 areas to develop, and then move on 2 more areas once that goal is achieved. 1. I challenge employees to set new performance goals. Never. I seldom. 3. Often. 5. Regular. 10. 2. I coach employees to resolve performance problem. Never. 1. Seldom. 3. Often. 5. Regular. 10. Number 3. I encourage employees to contribute new ideas. Never. 1. Seldom. 3. Often. 5. Regular. 10. Number 4. I take an interest in my employees' personal lives. Never. 1. Seldom. 3. Often. 5. Regular. 10. 5. I delegate well. Never. 1. Seldom. 3. Often. 5. Regular. 10. 6. I communicate my priorities and direction clearly. Never. 1. Seldom. 3. Often. 5. Regular. 10. 7. I resolve conflicts in a productive way. Never. 1. Seldom. 3. Often. 5. Regular. 10. Number 8. I behave in professional way at work. Never. 1. Seldom. 3. Often. 5. Regular. 10. Number 9. I inspire my employees with a dynamic personality. Never. 1. Seldom. 3. Often. 5. Regular. 10. Number 10. I am a good listener. Never. 1. Seldom. 3. Often. 5. Regular. 10. Measurable. When goals are specific, performance tend to be higher. 5. Why? If goals are not specific and measurable, how would you know whether you have reached the goal? Any performance level becomes acceptable for the same reason. Telling someone, do your best is not an effective goal because it is not measurable and does not give the person a specific target aggressive. This may sound counterintuitive, but effective goals are difficult, not easy. Aggressive goals are also called stretch goals. Why are effective goals aggressive? Easy goals do not provide a challenge when goals are aggressive, and when they require people to work harder or smarter, performance tends to be dramatically higher. Realistic. Why goals should be difficult? They should also be based on reality. In other words, if a goal is viewed as impossible to reach, it does not have any motivational value. Only you can decide which goal is realistic and which is impossible to achieve. Just be sure that the goal you set, while it is aggressive, remains grounded in reality, timely. The goal should contain a statement regarding when the proposed performance level will be reached. This way, it provides the person with a sense of urgency.